Hold on, wait for it. And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Grow Rich Network Wednesday night live event. Dan DiBiase here. I'm here with my partner, Andrew Cox, and I am super excited. I would be talking extremely loud right now and screaming at you, except for the fact that there's human beings sleeping in the room right next door over here. So we're going to keep it a little bit on the down low, but we're going to get into some cool stuff. Anybody who's here right now, we appreciate you. We're glad that you're here. Get ready to have some fun. Grab yourself a nice little tasty beverage. I've got my vodka. That's how I stay tuned up. It's my secret to success right here, ice cold vodka. So let's get ready to have some fun. We're going to go over some cool stuff. I think you guys are going to dig. I think, we're going to have a good time. And so let's get into it. Yeah, let's get into what we want to talk about tonight. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Andrew here in just a few moments, but I wanted to share some stuff with you guys myself from my own personal heart for just a second, simply because we haven't really had an opportunity to do this kind of thing in some time. Last week we hopped on. We had a little bit of a conversation about our affiliates. Also, by the way, if you are not a member or an affiliate, you can go ahead and become a member by clicking the button beneath this video that you're watching right now, okay, and get started. And you can learn about our affiliate program, learn how you can make money with what we do, with what we teach you, and through our products, which are awesome, okay? So we're going to talk about a little bit about our products in a little bit here, but what I really want to talk about is I want to talk about why we're really here and what we're really doing, kind of our purpose, our vision, and what we're looking to do, and kind of where you fit into that whole entire thing, simply because that's probably what you want to know. You may be just getting started here. You might not have gotten started yet, or you might just be looking to promote something new. Regardless, you probably want some direction. You probably want to know how you can fit into this. You probably want to know what we're going to do for you. So I want to start by telling you, we're going to be transparent here with you. Not that we haven't been transparent the whole entire time, but as you know, if you've been around this internet marketing world for some time at all, even if you've been around for 5 minutes, there is a lot of confusion. There can be a lot of smoke and mirrors. Some of it is actually caused by the market itself, right? So you don't know what's going on, whether what people are saying, the rumors that are afoot are actually true or not. But Andrew and I wanted to put this thing together simply because both of us have created quite lucrative businesses of our own, respectively, in this industry. I've been in this game for about 3 years now. Andrew's been in it much longer than I have. And we've both been blessed to have some awesome, awesome success. Through that, we are continuously building our business as well. And we've been building teams, right? We've been building the people, the infrastructure within our own personal respective businesses in multiple different companies, right? Andrew's done it. Andrew's launched his own companies before. This is the first company that I've launched myself personally. So, we found that there was a little bit of a disconnect with people in this industry as far as the regular person, the average Joe or Jane, if you will, from anybody who's had any kind of success in this industry. Okay, and I personally have learned a lot and have been learning so much so fast since I've been on this ride for the last 3 years that it's like it makes my head spin sometimes. So it can be confusing, and I understand that. We understand that. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to give you the soup and nuts, no nonsense, education that you need in order to succeed, with the hope, with the faith that you will do the right thing with it. So essentially, this whole entire thing is predicated on the fact that we believe you and we are better than we are playing right now, right? Let's just be honest here. If you're on this hangout right now and you are here to make money on the internet, it's probably because you want more out of life. You most likely, if you're working a job, don't want to work that job. Or you might want to just have some additional income, supplement that income, or even kind of like parlay what you're doing into your own business in the future. Regardless, you want something more, right? You're here because you want to step it up, and you know that you can step up your game. We know that you can step up your game. We've seen people do it. We've done it ourselves. Amazing things have happened in my life, and I'm sure Andrew can attest to the same thing in his life, and he'll have his chance to speak in just a second here. But, that I would have never thought can happen, and I'm sure the same thing's going on with my man. And I just want to tell you here right now that if you're just getting started, or if you haven't had any success, maybe you've been around for some time and you just haven't been able to break through or have any level of success that you want to have, then you're in the right place. You're in the right spot right now. This is a grassroots movement that literally, I was just telling Andrew before we got on the hangout here, I personally threw away, and I know Andrew did too, my current income at the time when we decided to start this thing, simply because I know, and I've known in my heart of hearts since I started this thing 3 years ago, that there's more in it for you, right? You are the person that is in the spot that I was 3 years ago before having any success, that Andrew was, north of 10 years ago, I believe, before he had any success. Every single person who comes into this thing, in your business, in my business, in Andrew's business, and everyone else's business in this internet marketing thing, it's all about the new blood. It's all about the new person. So it's all about you that's here right now, that's ready to learn. And, the truth of it is there's a lot of, hooking you in with fancy talk, fancy video, promises of grandeur, and we don't think that you really need that. We believe that if you're given the right information, that the world is ready, that the people of the United States of America, that the people of the world are ready for a change in their lives. And again, I'm preaching to the choir right now, because if you weren't ready for a change, you wouldn't be sitting here right now with me, but you are. So congratulations. Okay, step one is done. You are here. That is the beginning, and the most difficult thing you are ever going to do is to make the decision to get started, to get rocking and rolling. But now what we want to do is we want to prepare you for the success that you're going to have going forward. We firmly believe that the things that we talk about in the 4-part training series, which you really need to check out, okay? If you have not gone through the 7 laws, the 6 steps, the 5 steps, and then the vehicle video, you really want to go through those, because the reason why we put that stuff up front is because it lays a mental foundation. It lays a mental framework for what you're going to be doing here, okay? All the money in the world is not going to make you successful unless you have the proper mindset to grow with that money, right? That's why you see so many lotto winners in this world blow their winnings very, very quickly. It's simply because those people's mindset aren't ready for all the money. So it's one thing to say, I want a whole lot of money, which everybody does. I mean, let's be honest here. What kind of a ridiculous person wouldn't want a lot of money, unless you're at like a weird phase in your life, like where you're like anti-authority and anti-establishment, until you realize like the money, you got to buy food and stuff with the money, and you need to live. So you need money, and that's an easy sell. Yeah, a lot of money, but create a successful, sustainable business is a totally different ball of wax, okay? And the truth of it is that most people, or many people, I don't want to say most people, many people get online and they start seeing advertisements for businesses, business opportunities, make money online. And what ends up happening is they want a quick meal ticket. They want a really free kind of like something for nothing kind of deal. And that's kind of what the industry gravitates to, because the industry knows that you will buy that, right? You will buy the push the L key and shift 2 on my keyboard, and there's $10,000 in my bank account. People buy that continuously, right? And we can earn money selling something like that, but we have morals and scruples and integrity, and we believe that you do too. And that is why we are here. We are here to train you. So that's why we put the mindset up front, okay? That's why we put something like the 7 universal laws, which is simple stuff, right? This is stuff that you already know deep in your heart of hearts, but we're just kind of like pulling out the sludge from inside of you and bringing to your attention the meat and potatoes of what you need to know to be successful. This really applies to anything in life, guys, not just internet marketing and building a business. However, you cannot build a successful business unless you embrace, understand, and are continuously aware of these laws and these ideas. So, you know, we talk about things like energy, we talk about things like relativity, we talk about things like cause and effect, right? Basic stuff that you guys already know exist in this world. However, needs to be continuously brought to your attention. In my life, in my own mind, I need to be continuously reminded, right? Like I said, I'm building my business too, and just like you guys, I run into brick walls from time to time as well. There's fires that need to be put out. There's struggles that need to be overcome on a daily basis. And I cannot be successful continuously going forward. I can't prosper and move to that next level in my business unless I am mentally prepared to do so. Right? So we're never going to be 100% prepared is the bottom line. But the more training we do, the more we get together, the more we teach each other and our fellow man these laws of the universe that apply to everything in the universe, the less struggle, the less pain, the less strife there's going to be in this world. And also, the more money you are going to make, because in your business, your income is directly proportionate to the value that you give. And as you learn, you may not know it right now if you're brand new, but you're growing your value. You're building your personal value. And then what you bring to the table, sometimes unconsciously and automatically, is more value for others. So it literally is a self-sustaining cycle. Right now, we have information that we are delivering to you to help you build a business. You are going to be bringing other people to this business and teaching them about the training and the products that are inside this business, so that way they can build their business the exact same way that you are, which in turn they will continue to do. The best part about it is that in the digital age, in the informational age, in this day and age, we don't have to be offering physical products. This information in and of itself is valuable when put into an organized form like we have here. You see, information and knowledge is not power all by itself, okay? I mean, think about this in your life. Do you know any intelligent or smart people that really aren't that successful in life? You probably do if you think about it, right? You know, maybe the smartest person you know isn't that successful. Why is that? Why are there so many people who seem to know so much, have so much general knowledge, but still can't seem to be successful in their own lives for whatever reason? Well, it's simply because that knowledge might not be organized into an efficient, effective plan. Okay, so that's what Grow Rich Network does here, is we put that plan into play for you guys, so that way you can essentially learn the stuff that we have had to struggle through and learn on our own and have now applied to our business. When I got started 2-3 years ago, I started making some money right away, but I had no idea these. What happened was this: I made some money, I lost some money. I made some money, I spent all my money. I made some money, my marketing systems collapsed because I wasn't focused on keeping my money and on the laws that we teach here, right? So the fact of the matter is that if we could bypass that error, you know, and you're going to make mistakes, we're all going to make mistakes. We continuously make mistakes in our business every day, Andrew and I. But if we can arm you with a little bit more intelligence at the very beginning, and then you can do the same for the people that you're connecting with, well, then we build an army of intelligent, like-minded individuals and entrepreneurs that literally changes this world. We both feel that the public and the private education systems alike are pretty much useless in this world nowadays. Therefore, it's on us to educate ourselves. Okay, we are taking the bull by the horns in 2015, and we are literally doing the things here by sharing this information, teaching this information, and learning this information that is the grassroots movement of the future age, of this information age that we've just ushered ourselves into. And we're doing it in a no bullshit kind of way. And we're doing that because, again, we believe in you. We believe you're ready for it. We're fucking ready for it, pardon my language. So we think that you're ready for it. So with that said, I want to kind of get off of my high horse here for a second, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. I do want to say thank you to everyone who's watching this video. We appreciate you. This is the beginning of something really, really awesome right here. We are so excited right now, and we are excited to have you here. We could not be more thankful. I could not feel more gratitude towards you for being here with us, simply because you're more important than we are in this thing. We're a vehicle ourselves to create this thing. It's almost, and Andrew could attest to this, it's almost as if, like, once we started talking about doing this together, the ideas just started flowing through us as if they, were being given to us from somewhere else. And I believe that they were. I don't know what you believe, but that's exactly what's going on. But now that you're here, now that you're tuned in, now that you're turned on and you're ready to embrace this stuff, you're ready to start making money and build your business, you're the most important thing here. So I couldn't be more grateful to you for being here with us. Thank you to everyone. I love you. And I'm going to turn it over to Andrew because I know he's got a little piece he wants to say. I think he wants to talk a little bit about the 7 laws, and I'm sure you could probably piggyback on what I'm saying. So without any further ado, over to my man Andrew. If you don't know who he is, has created over 7 figures in his own personal business. This guy was trained by one of the best in the industry, Bob Proctor. I don't know if you know who he is, but I mean, Proctor is like a god in what we do here, not just as far as business goes, but as far as the whole mindset thing goes. And Andrew was trained directly by him. He's been teaching his stuff for a very long time. He's also an author and co-creator of this system, so I'm sure he's got some great stuff. Listen and learn, my friends. Over to you, my brother.
I appreciate that, Dan, and I appreciate, like Dan said, each and every one of you, because without you, there'd be no purpose for us, right? And I think having the big purpose behind what you're doing is critical, and that's why probably we start off with our members training with teaching you basically how to define what your purpose is. If you could see my office right now, I got my 2 kids. I don't know if I can even show you them here. Let's see. Let's say hi, guys, if you guys are there. Where are you there? There they are. One sleeping and one woke up. So they were upstairs, and actually they just hopped over, and that's my purpose, my reason for whatever I do. And what I'm doing here with Dan is to help the average person make a substantial income online. 10 years ago, I started this journey. I saw my computer as an ATM, and I wanted to make money. Guys, almost every single person that's come through this system so far, we've asked you, what was the single biggest reason you decided to join? And most of you say, because you want to learn how to make money, right? Well, you've got to get clear. And then when you work with these 7 universal laws, you can actually create results by law and not by luck. So if you want to have a systematic approach to what you're doing and then do it by leveraging universal law, well, then you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to get rich or grow rich. And when we talk about growing rich, guys, we talk about growing rich in all areas of your life, right? Like if you look at, your health, your wealth, your happiness, these are all critical components of what makes, a successful life. And in this business and in this digital age, like Dan suggested, we can help you develop, develop your passion, develop your purpose, figure out so that you're not just trading your time for $1, because we're all meant to do bigger and better things. I think Bob Proctor, often talks about people wanting to be, do, and have more. So like Dan said, there's a reason why you're here, right? You want to be, do, and have more. You could be doing anything else, but you chose to invest some time with us tonight. So we appreciate that. And what we want to do is we want to show you how to leverage these universal laws. I'm going to show you just quickly, where you can access them if you haven't already, touch base on a couple of points, and then I want to talk to a few of the points that Dan had made there. So again, I'm just going to do a quick screen share, guys, just to kind of shift it up a little bit. So I'm going to hop over to my screen. I'm going to show my entire screen. And then I'm going to just hop over to our bonus section in the members area. In the bonus section, you'll see here, not only do we have like your daily routine, a lot of people wonder like, what am I supposed to do on a daily basis? We have those there for you. Obviously, we have the major definite purpose, 6 steps to riches, a lot of other content for you, which we'll continue to add. But one of those things is the 7 universal laws. And those laws, again, you would have an opportunity if you go to growrich-network.com. If you haven't already gone through them, just go to that address, growrich-network.com, and you'll probably see a page like this that talks about mastering the 7 universal laws or some variation of that. And then you'll have the opportunity to access that free training system. Again, guys, there's no expense to that. If you haven't gone through it, definitely go through it. And you're going to learn about the 7 universal laws. So I'm going to bring those up on my screen here. And again, this is just simply one of the downloads that's available in the members area. But we talk about energy, we talk about polarity, vibration, relativity, rhythm, cause and effect, and time. And again, I'm not going to get into a serious amount of detail on these because they all are explained in the video series for you for free. So certainly take action on those. But when it comes to, you as an individual, I think one of the keys here is kind of realizing that one of the dynamic laws of life is that you're either going to create something or you're going to start disintegrating. So every expression of life that lives on this planet is really moving in one direction or the other, right? You're either growing and developing or you're disintegrating. So, absolutely nothing on this planet remains as it is. And that's really cool when you realize that. When you look at energy, everywhere, it's permeating the universe. It can't be created or destroyed. It just is. Then you look at vibration and you realize that everything is moving, nothing stays as it is, and you as an individual are either improving the quality of your life or you are taking away from it. And the choice ultimately is yours. Guys, in this industry, like Dan said, we saw a lot of things that needed to be changed, mainly doing what's right for the people. And before we even started this business, the two of us, we met at a company event a couple of years back in Chicago. And when we first started talking and masterminding about Grow Rich Network, we made it very, very clear that our purpose needed to be for the people. That's why our major definite purpose is essentially helping the average person grow rich, because each and every one of us can do this. Guys, this industry has afforded me a lifestyle that I wouldn't be able to live if I didn't learn this information. And like Dan said, learning from Bob Proctor, I certainly applied what he taught me. Guys, I paid 25 grand to get coached by Bob to teach his material. The material that we're giving you for a paltry sum when you click the button below this video to get started, is very much along those lines of content and information, but we wanted to make it available for the average person. Now, when you make a decision, you make a decision. When you make no decision, you also make a decision. So if you want to learn, again, I've been doing this for 10 plus years now. It took me 3 years before I ever made a sale online, and there's no reason for you to go through that struggle. We can basically give you, I don't necessarily think it's a shortcut, but it definitely is, coaching, mentorship, and pointing you in the right direction so that you can get to where you want to be a lot faster. Because to live like a creative life and you want to grow rich, you're going to need a goal. So again, if your goal is just to make money, Dan and I can all send you 10 cents tonight via PayPal and you would have made money. Is that really what you want to do? Or do you want to live a life of freedom? Do you want to live a life of opportunity? Do you want to be able to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, so you can hang out with your kids and, work from home? It's up to you to create the life that you choose, but we're giving you the vehicle to do it. And again, we're not producing results by luck. We're producing results by law. And what I think you need to realize, I'll flip it back over here because I think, you get the nuts and the bolts of what we're talking about. So I'm going to flip back here, say stop sharing that screen. You should be able to see me again. What I want you to realize, I guess, taking it up another notch, is that I think we're all spiritual beings living in a physical body, and we've been gifted with an intellect, right? We're able to think about whatever we choose, but when you really start evaluating what you're thinking about, you realize that a lot of times you're focusing on the reasons why you can't do things. You're focusing on, giving yourself an excuse as to, why you can't achieve this or why you can't grow rich, for example. When I first picked up Think and Grow Rich, it was completely foreign to me. I was living a life that I wasn't proud of. I was not getting the results that I wanted to. And I asked for a bigger and better way and a new way to kind of create a life that I chose. And two things came to me. One, a philosophy, and one, which was a system of building a business online. And I dug in and I went deep and I went down that rabbit hole as much as I could. And You know, after 3 months of struggling, when I first had my first $12,000 day, I was hooked. And it took me about 3 more months to create a 6-figure income. And then in 2 years after that, I produced over $1 million online. And I'm just an average guy who got passionate about living and fulfilling my purpose. So prior to meeting Dan, you know, my purpose was to lead, and it still is, to lead, inspire, and empower other people to create a successful entrepreneurial situation that rewards them with fulfillment, personal growth, and time and money freedom. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this with you on a Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, because I'm fulfilling my purpose. My question is do you know what your purpose is? Guys, if your purpose is just to make money, you know, you'll probably make some money and then you'll lose some money and you'll make some more and you'll lose some more. If your purpose is to really share this information with other people and you can provide service that way and also generate an income at the same time, I think what you'll realize is that your life becomes more fulfilling. Like 4 years ago, before my little guy was born, you know, my perspective on life was completely different. And then when he came aboard into my life, I realized I knew too much about this stuff that I needed to share it with more people so that we could enjoy more freedom for ourselves and we could help people do the same thing. So when you realize that all it takes is a decision to change your life and then you can start growing rich, guys, growing rich, again, doesn't happen overnight. You know, it might take you a couple of months before you make your first sale, but this system is set up that you can make your first sale literally tonight if you chose to. But you may still need to gain some of the skills, the understanding, the confidence, and those are the things that we're going to continue to bring to you on a weekly basis. But when you get aboard as a member, you're going to realize that basically after you learn the whole concept of making money online, which it seems everybody wants to do, so obviously if that's what you want, that's what we're going to give you. But a bigger component is the reason why you're doing what you're doing. And this is why a lot of people fail in this industry, is that they don't get clear on their purpose. Once you know what your purpose is, it drives all the other decisions in your life. And then once you couple that with the 7 universal laws, and then you combine that with the 6 Step to Riches that's inside of the book, Think and Grow Rich, that a lot of you have said you've read. But if I asked you, how much do you want to make? When do you want to make a buy? And what's your vehicle to make it? 99% of you wouldn't have an answer for me, but that's directly in that philosophy. So as a coach, really what I feel my job to do is to help you do what you already know, because a lot of you already know how to do a better job that you're currently doing. If I asked you, I said, you know, give me 10 things that you could be doing differently tomorrow that would improve your results, most people would give me a few answers. And then I would ask, okay, well, why are you not doing those things? And then you would say, I don't know. And then I would say, well, why don't you know? And you'd say, I don't know. And so really our job is to help you to do what you think you know and do it in a way that basically, you know, without guaranteeing your financial success, I would say that I can guarantee that if you follow the laws, you will have success in your life. And one of those components can certainly be financial. Anytime we talk about money, guys, in our industry, we have to throw out an income disclaimer, because not everybody is going to put the information to action. Not everybody is going to go through the series. Not everybody's going to go through the training. So we don't know exactly what you're going to do. But we do know as a business, within the next 12 months or sooner, we have a goal of generating $30 million or more in our business. And when we look at that, we look at probably, you know, $5 million for Dan and I, about probably $10 million for the company. And then we look at least $15 million going out to the field. So all you have to decide is that you're going to be one of those people that's going to earn a portion of that income and then go out and take action. And if you're here to make money, guys, nothing happens in our industry until something is sold. So in our business, what we do is we sell a free $0 training series so that people can educate themselves on these concepts, and then they can make a simple decision to get started with our paid membership. And that's the link that you see below. Remember, making a decision is a decision. Leaving this page tonight and not making a decision is also a decision. Because remember, nothing rests. Everything continues to move. When you make a decision and you take action, you're going to see your life and your business moving forward. Like Dan said, did I make some mistakes when I got started? Absolutely. Do I make mistakes today? Absolutely. We probably make more mistakes than the average person, and that's why we have more success, because we're not afraid of making a mistake. So guys, don't be afraid about making a decision and moving yourself in the right direction. You know, we're not talking about, you know, a $25,000 decision. We're talking about, it's a very cheap investment to get started. If you click the link below, you'll see. Now, once you get started, like any business, right, you're probably going to need more education. You're going to need more training. Well, that's what the whole system is set up to do. You'll realize that when we get into our other products, for example, right now we're having a pre-release early bird special on our business specialist, basically our program that teaches you the infrastructure that you need in your internet marketing business if you want to be successful. Guys, when I first started, I didn't know anything about, blogs. I didn't know anything about email marketing. I didn't know anything about list segmentation. I didn't know anything about financial information. I didn't know, and I didn't know what I didn't know. And now going in this industry for 10 years and literally working with thousands of people all across the globe. And again, you'll notice that when you came through, we asked you some questions. We've collected so much data through this experience that we have a really good understanding of what the market wants and needs. And that's why we've built this system in the way that we have, to start people off with some free training, to get them to make a simple decision that's not going to break the bank account, so that they can learn more about how to develop and grow rich on the internet. So guys, it's all here for you. You just need to make that decision to take action. Because I think when you boil it all down, like Dan said, there is a reason you're here. There's a reason we're here tonight giving you this information. So just make the next decision to move yourself forward. And then we'll show you, like, soon as you get aboard, Dan's going to demystify the whole make money online. Because that's one of the biggest questions we get is like, how do you make money online? What do we sell? I don't understand how this works. Guys, nothing happens until something's sold. So you're going to learn, like, basically how to sell stuff online by giving away information. And when I first looked at the internet, I really thought it was a cool concept that you could create income in a digital space. So you're really not even selling a physical product. You're just simply, I looked at it as I was sharing electrons with other people. Because really, when you think about it, you're just accessing information, downloading information, and you're getting paid for that. When you realize the power of that, and when you realize that you don't have to have the overhead of a traditional business, and you realize that right now you're 3 feet from the world, we have people from all over the globe tuning into this. I don't have to drive to a hotel. I can hang out with my kids and still do my business. That's what freedom is to me. Do I still need to be active in my business? Absolutely. But I can do it when I want, with who I want, and I can essentially do it where I want, wherever I have an internet connection. And that's probably what you're looking for, because when we asked you those 4 questions when you got started, and if you haven't been asked those 4 questions yet, just go to growrich-network.com, get started, watch the free video series, and just before you do that, we're going to ask you 4 questions. What's the single biggest reason you decided to register? I would say 98% of the people said because they want to learn how to grow rich or make money. Well, that's what we're here to teach you. We asked you what was the single biggest thing you wanted to learn most, and most people just said how it all works. And then we asked you what must happen for this to be wildly successful for you, in your opinion, because your opinion matters. We want that information so we know what we need to deliver to you. And I would, again, say probably about 95% of the people just said that they needed to make money online for them to be successful. Well, guys, the only way you make money online is you get engaged, you take action, and you promote a product or service. Now, you've got 2 choices. You can either go out and create your own, or you can just leverage a done-for-you system that's already in place, and you can become an affiliate of that product or service. So really, you've got a decision to make. You either have to learn the skills, learn the platforms, learn the systems, and all those things to go out and create your own business. And if you want to do that, we are here for you. We're here to support that decision. We have the training, the resources, skills, and ability to do this. Like Dan had mentioned, I just didn't create a 7-figure income online by luck. I did it by law, by learning not only, how to sell on the internet, which is differently than selling it face-to-face. You have much more leverage. You can make money when you're sleeping. Actually, Dan and I were on a hangout this morning, and we were just talking about what we were going to do tonight. And then we ended the call with a sale coming in. So maybe if you're that brand new member, we appreciate you. We welcome you. And certainly, isn't that a cool feeling? You can be doing something else, but you can still have income coming to you. All these types of things are what we're going to teach you when you get started. But the key is to get started. And then once you get started with our system, basically, you can learn about our affiliate program. And you'll probably even see a link in the top menu bar that'll tell you a little bit more about our affiliate program. But our affiliate program is unique in the way that it creates leverage for you so that you can actually achieve what we call in this industry passive income. You know, we talk a lot about in this industry about creating reoccurring income. Well, I personally don't believe that reoccurring income exists in a lot of business opportunities, because usually they make the monthly reoccurring fee so high that the average person quits in 3 months. That's kind of industry statistics. So if you look at that and you say, okay, well, you might have some reoccurring income for about 3 months and then it disappears. Well, you know, what's the purpose of that, right? So when Dan and I talked about this, we said, let's make this so low of an entry point that we can actually have people create reoccurring income, because they'll stick with the program. We'll add immense value on a weekly basis, giving at least 10 to 100 times the value, so that there's no reason why you'd ever quit, because each week we're going to bring you the goods. We're going to give you more information. We're going to keep moving your business forward. And that in itself, you know, is worth 10 to 100 times more. If you were to connect with me one-on-one through my coaching program, it's $497 an hour. Okay. The only reason we're able to do this is because we have leverage. So when we have leverage, we can talk to hundreds of people in that 1 hour, and we can generate the same amount as we would working one-on-one, but in a group environment. So this is why we're able to bring this information to you at a price point that's ridiculous. But the problem with that is that you might not treat it the same way that I treated it when I invested 25 grand with Bob Proctor. You know, go ask Bob Proctor what it costs to get certified and teach his material. You're looking at least that amount of money. Guys, when I got involved in that business, I still didn't have an internet business. I was dealing with physical products. And when I flipped it on its head and turned it into a digital business, that's when I had my first $12,000 day. So I want you to realize that with that experience and knowing where the average person is coming from, Dan and I are building this entire system out so that you as an average person can have success with this, no matter how old you are, no matter if you can barely turn on a computer or not. You need to learn the basics of affiliate marketing. You need to have a solid product that you can promote on a front end that's easy for people to say yes to. And again, most people, when they are looking for a business opportunity or some sort of affiliate program, most of the time they're interested in how to make money, right? That's why you're here. So our product answers that question, and it answers it in a different way than a lot of the rest of the marketplace don't understand. Again, a lot of people will say, for example, go look at some of the ads on the internet. They'll say, you know, join our business today, and in 30 days, you're going to have an income of 10 grand a month. Guys, that's not real, okay? I mean, it might be the reality for like 0.5% of the population, but for the average person, it's going to take you a little bit of time before you fully get up and running and start generating an income. Do you have the opportunity to earn 10 grand a month in your first month? Absolutely you do. But for the average person, we don't want to pitch that as the reason for you to get interested. Guys, we want to work with universal law. We want to, you know, that there's cause and effect. We want to know that when we put out the right content and the right information at the right vibration, we're going to attract to us the right people. And really, we want to help the average person create a substantial income. Well, you have to do that basically from like two elements in an internet business. One, yes, you do need a reoccurring income product to promote. That's why our membership product will create you a reoccurring income. Guys, we pay out 70% to the field, 50% on our first tier and 10% on each additional tier. So we have a 3-tiered affiliate program with a reoccurring income element to the membership. And then on the back, we have multiple products and services that serve our clients and our customers and service a huge marketplace. Anybody running an internet business, anybody running a traditional business, the products that we have on the back end are so high value, they're high touch, they're interactive 4-module coaching programs that have workbooks, training, exercises, to the extent that if you were to, again, go to like a coach like me, if I was to coach you through that material, my personal coaching program, again, is $500 an hour, or if we were to do a 12-week session, that would be $3 grand for you to get started. The material that we have available for you in our coaching programs at a fraction of that price will blow that stuff out of the water, because that stuff in itself that I normally coach and teach is a little bit more focused just on the mindset. Well, what we're doing here is we're combining the mindset with the vehicle. And I think that's what you'll realize when you go through the 4 free video training series. If you haven't already done so, we're going to give you the mindset. We're going to explain the vehicle that you can generate income. And then once you get into the members area, we're going to demystify how to make money online. And then we're going to give you the affiliate program and then the products and services to sell. So we are, you know, it's a little cliche, but we are truly a business in a box. So if you're looking for a business opportunity, you're looking for the way to make money, we have it. You just need to make the decision to take action. And then once you do, I would encourage you to access the bonus section, to go through your purpose training. Guys, don't just skip from, you know, how to make money online right to maybe, you know, like the third step in the system. Make sure you go through step number 2, because step number 2 is your purpose. And we do have that locked down so that only members can go through that, because that's a comprehensive training guide that we've put together for our members only. And we want to make sure that, you know, you're committed to that process. And guys, if you click the link below the video, you'll see that that commitment is a micro commitment from you. But once you've made that commitment, you're basically telling the universe that you're ready and you're here to develop that purpose, that mission, that vision, that goal. You know, why are you doing what you're doing? Again, the reason why you came to this event tonight was probably to learn a little bit more, was probably to learn how to make money online, and you probably want to know what to do next. So what you do next is you click the link below and you get started. And then from there, we'll show you what to do next. Once you've decided on your destination, you just start driving. And you can drive in the middle of the night, and all you need is your headlights, and you just see 100 feet in front of you. You don't have to see the whole way. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people is when they start, they think they have to know everything. Guys, you just have to know the next step. And that's it. And then the next step. And the next step, if you're here, is to get started. If you're already started and you're a member, well, then the next step is probably to start making money, right? So you would watch the Make Money video training, and then you would connect with your purpose. Why are you doing this? Because your why will push you through the struggles. So for example, if I made a mistake today in my business, or something happened, or I didn't get the result that I wanted, I don't have to look very far to see my why. I showed you my why. And then when I look at my purpose of why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, it drives every decision in my business and in my life, which allows me to grow rich. So you have the same opportunity in front of you. Take action, make the decision, get started, and know that we're here to support you and to work with you. For example, I think we had a new member today, reached out to support. I forwarded that information off, and I think within a couple of minutes, you know, our team was already connecting with that person and moving them forward. So guys, below this video, there's an opportunity for you to ask your single biggest question. What do you need to know? What can we help you with? If I had a 7-figure income earner sitting on the other side of the screen that asked me, what is my single biggest question? You better bet your bottom dollar that I'd be clicking that button and asking that question to get that information. If not, guys, you're just wasting your time. You know, don't waste your time with us. Invest your time with us. Expect a return on that investment. Ask us what your single biggest question is so that we can move you forward, and you will find, I don't care where you go on the internet, you know, I don't think you'll find any other people that are here more than with the right intention to serve you than Dan and myself. Because guys, we've been through a lot of challenges and struggles before. And when I met Dan for the first time, I knew there was something different about him. And I actually went up and introduced myself to him at an event. And from that opportunity, from the day that I met him, and whether he knows that or not, but I just knew, I knew that I was going to be building a business with him. Even though we were in the same company, I just knew we were going to go grow a business. And then about, you know, maybe about a month or so ago, I was looking to grow my business to a new level. So I put out to the universe an idea that I'd had. And it was funny because I ended up clicking on a video that Dan had put out. And when I watched that video, I'm like, I got to give him a call. What I didn't know was that on Dan's side, he also asked something similar. He said, you know, I would like to have a partner or something along those lines that would help him bring forth his vision. Guys, that's how it works, right? So there's a reason we've come together, right? There's a reason we're creating this community, and it's all from the right intention. And your intention is what is going to essentially, I think, create your success or not. So again, if your intention is just to make money, guys, you need to think a little bigger, okay? You need to open up your mind and think about why you do what you do. When you woke up this morning, I hope you didn't wake up to trade your life for $1. I hope you didn't wake up just to make some money, right? I hope you woke up in the morning to be, do, and have the things that you wanted to do, and to realize to get those things, you got to serve other people. So I hope that you realize that if you want to make money, your job more than likely is to go service other people. And in our industry, it's really cool because what we do is we just help other people who want to make money. We show them how to make money. That's what I love about internet marketing and making money online, is that my purpose is fulfilled by helping other people get what they want, which is usually how to make money. So we generate income by helping other people learn how to make money and build their business by selling them real valuable products and services. And that's when generation of income comes to us. So if you want to learn basically how to apply this, just get started and we'll help you make money online. But if you're thinking about that idea tonight and you want to make money online, I want you to really take it up another notch. And I want you to think about, and this is just 6 steps for riches, okay? So if you haven't watched the free video series, go back and watch it. But in there, it talks about how much do you want to make, when do you want to make it by, and then where is that money going to come from? Basically, what are you going to sell? What are you going to service to generate that income? And then you need to write it down in a positive affirmation, and then you need to read that to yourself right before you go to bed and first thing when you wake up in the morning. So if you want to earn, for example, $30 million, right? If that's your goal, so I'm so happy and grateful now that I've earned $30 million or more from Grow Rich Network on or before August 1st, 2016, for example. That's that 6 steps to riches kind of like put together in a sentence format that applies the universal law. Because remember, one of those universal laws is essentially like the law of, we can call the law of gender, for example, or gestation. And really when you look at it, if you look at, it's really just time, right? So does time have to go on before you're going to achieve your goal? Absolutely. Guys, but if you do it from the right perspective and you do it with the right intention and you do it by leveraging universal law, you will grow rich by law, not by luck. And wouldn't that be a better way to set up, sustainability for your family? When I look at my 2 kids and I realize like what I'm doing on a daily basis, like I said, like Dan had mentioned, when we started this project, we both were generating income in our respective companies. And, I told Dan, and Dan told me, I said, I don't even feel right promoting those other things anymore because they're not doing what's right for the people. So we said, let's not do that anymore. Let's cut that income stream off. And when I look at my kids and I realize I'm cutting off an income stream and I've got 2 kids to feed, when you look at that, you have to really be committed to what you're doing. And one of the things that we ask you when you come through our process is, are you committed to growing rich? And one of the things that I learned from Bob Proctor was that a commitment shows up in 2 places. It shows up in your checkbook and it shows up in your calendar with what you're doing with your time. So when I look at cutting off an income stream and then I look at my kids and I realize my bigger purpose and my vision is to fulfill this information and share this through the Grow Rich Network, I've got to be committed to growing rich with you, right? Because that's the only way that we're going to achieve our goal, is that if we are committed to the process. So how can we be half in or half out, right? So essentially we burn the bridges and, metaphorically speaking, nothing negative about that, but just if our income is going to come through the Grow Rich Network and we're going to create an income and help you create an income, well, then we need to focus on leading by example and showing you exactly how to do this. So Dan and I are committed to growing rich. And I think every single person that came through our system so far said that they were. But is that showing up in the 2 places that matter most? Netflix or Grow Rich Network, right? It's really up to you, right? Do you want to grow rich or do you want to spend your money in places that don't give you a return? And that's one of the biggest things that I learned as an entrepreneur, is that I needed to start creating assets for myself and my business. And instead of spending money on stuff, I needed to invest my money into education and training so that I could leverage that information to make more money. Because when you go buy you buy a shirt, you buy a hat or whatever, sometimes they make you feel good, it increases your confidence, but this isn't really helping me make too much money. Maybe from an appearance perspective, it might me feel a little bit better, so I have a little bit more confidence. That might be the added benefit to it. But if I look at it and just say, the average person spends more on a lunch ticket than they would to join the Grow Rich Network, no wonder the average person is poor, because they're spending their money on stuff that never will give them a return. Guys, make a decision to be a part of that 1% of the population that controls 96% of the income. The average person trades their most valuable asset, which is their time, for $1 to somebody else who's figured out what their purpose is. And they leverage your time to create the results for themselves. That's what the average business owner does, right? They get employees. They leverage their time to grow their vision. What we're suggesting to you as an entrepreneur is to define your purpose, create a vision for yourself, and then learn the skills to go fulfill it. Whether that is going out and creating your own business, which is completely cool, and we will show you how to do that, or if you see the opportunity in front of you to leverage the affiliate business that you have, we have a path for both people, but you've got to decide to get on that path and start building assets in your business. Learning the 3 systems that you need to create a 6-figure income. Those systems I didn't even know existed until one day I got a call from my friend and he said, "Are you using this in your business?" And I said, "I don't even know what the heck that is. What is it?" He said, "Well, he's making like 50 grand a month from that system right now." I'm like, "Well, what the heck is that? I don't even know what it is." So he showed me how to implement it. Well, that's one of the things that we're going to teach you. Again, my other coach, he told me about the process of collecting emails. I didn't know about that. That took me 3 years to learn that lesson, guys. 3 years. Why? Because I didn't know what I didn't know. So after 10 years of experience of doing this, after Dan creating 6 figures of income himself online, myself having the opportunity to do 7 figures online, the 2 of us combined, we have some serious experience to teach you how to get from where you are to where you want to be. But between those 2 things, you got to realize that you are just like me. You're just like Dan, and we all have a mind that we've been gifted with. It's your responsibility to take control of that and then direct your attention to definite major purpose. In fact, if you actually read Think and Grow Rich, or you read, for example, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill as well, he talks about the number 1 way to outwit the devil is to take control of your mind and have a definite major purpose. Guys, if our intention is to create a company that's really dedicated to improving the quality of life worldwide by creating people that are self-sustaining entrepreneurs that learn how to create income on the internet, guys, we're doing what's positive. Remember, there's positive and negative, right? So if the negative side is the devil and the positive side is God and everything just is energy, guys, what side of the table would you prefer to work with? Wouldn't it make more sense to take control of your own mind and direct it at what you choose by going through a definite major purpose exercise? Wouldn't that be beneficial to you? Wouldn't that be beneficial to your family and to your kids? And wouldn't that give you direction in your life? Absolutely it will. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that at a point in my life, in my mid-20s, I'm 37 years old, guys. In my mid-20s, I had an experience and I asked for a better way. And then next day, Think and Grow Rich philosophy was brought to me. So at that point in my life, I didn't understand everything. I didn't understand how to develop a business. I didn't understand internet marketing, but I started investing in my own education. And as I did so, I started to grow rich. And then when it clicks, you will have a breakthrough. You will have something that gives you the aha moment, whether it's your first $1,000 commissions or your first $12,000 day or your first 6 figures in income. Guys, it all comes from planting the seed and the idea that you know how much you want, when you want it by, and where is it coming from. If you don't know those 3 things, you might as well just quit now. Because if you don't have how much, by when, and through what, you will never grow rich. You really need to have those things pinpointed in your life. And then when you realize that in a digital information age, you don't need physical products. You can sell information all across the globe. We are literally in business in just about every country in the world because we're online. So when Bob Proctor connected with me, and I'll leave you with this thought, he said, stop looking at a business and at that time I was working as a corporate headhunter in a telecommunications company, making about 65 grand a year, nothing special. But I owed just about that money in credit card debt, and it didn't matter what I did. I couldn't break through. And he said, basically, if you want to get out of the box, he said, you have to start listening to people that are outside of the box already. Dan and I are outside of the box, right? If you haven't kind of gathered, but we're two guys that have created our own income online by leveraging this computer in this whole internet marketing space. And we've done it so successfully that we can show you how to do that too. When Bob said, stop pointing to your company and saying that's where you work, he said, go get a globe, spin it a couple of times, and point your finger at that and say, that's where your income's coming from. And he said, your income doesn't come from the company where you get your paycheck. He said, the income comes from the universe. And yes, it may be coming through your company because that's what you've chosen to trade your time for. And you've made a deal. You've signed a contract. You've got an HR contract that with your terms that says you're going to work this many hours and that's what you're going to get paid. Guys, you can create at least 10 to 100 times more income when you take responsibility for generating your own income and realize that, again, nothing happens on the internet until something is sold. But realize you don't have physical products. You can do it all digitally, and you can start it all by giving away a free training series. We've made this as simple as possible for those people that want to take action, but stop trading your time for money and realize that you can have a global business and it's right in front of you. I think Dan says in one of his videos, which makes me chuckle, he says, here's the opportunity slapping you in the face, right? It's true. It's here right now. If you're still here on this event, click the button below, get started, and we'll help you. Dan, I'll flip it back over to you and let you close off with any closing thoughts, man.
Awesome, awesome stuff, brother. You rock, Andrew. Listen, man, I may be outside the box, but you are the box, my friend. So I appreciate you. Everything you said was awesome. I'm going to be really, really brief here and just wrap this thing up. But I just want to touch on one thing that you were talking about, which was essentially, I think, the golden thread that kind of went through everything that you were saying, which is we make decisions, right? Whether we make these decisions or don't make a decision, we're making a decision with everything that we do. And even if we're moving through life unconsciously or subconsciously, decisions are still being made. So what changed for me in my life was having it brought to my attention that everything going on in my life up until my 30-something years, when I was exposed to these ideas and laws, was a result of my decisions, whether I consciously stepped forward and by law, as you say, instead of by luck, made that decision, or by accident made that decision, really. So, you know, the bottom line is that if you're here right now and you're used to a way of life that is like penniless, successless, and whatever other problems or things might be going on in your life that you think you cannot shake for whatever reason, then you can, you know, but it all starts with consciously thinking of that definite major purpose, what it is that you're here for. We believe that everyone has a definite major purpose. And the idea of having a purpose, we think, is something that everyone has. And I think if you think back far enough into your history, you'll find that you have had a purpose in your life. But when you make the decision to make your life about fulfilling that purpose, then it becomes definite. And then you can make more decisions, because every day, everything you do in your life is a decision. Everything we do is a decision. And sometimes, as you alluded to, we make the wrong decisions. But at this juncture in time, I'm making most of the decisions in my daily life, whether it comes to my business or it comes to mundane things like what I'm eating for lunch, consciously, as opposed to just a few years ago, kind of being on autopilot, right? Which is, I think, where kind of Napoleon Hill gets into the world of with Outwitting the Devil. Like Andrew said, if you haven't read the book, pick it up. It's one of his greatest works. And kind of, I think, you know, he defines the devil as, in my estimation, being that kind of like wavering, going through life without a purpose, right? Which is really, as you put it, disintegrating, right? You're either living or you're dying. And kind of, if you're not carving your own way and fulfilling your own destiny, which you deserve to fill, then you are disintegrating. So eloquently put, bro. Appreciate the words. I learned a lot. Really, really appreciate always listening to you. And to wrap up here, I want to just give you guys some practical, actionable steps that you can do to get rocking right now. Don't know where you're at. If you're not a member right now, click the button below this video, become a member right now. Once you get in there, what we are going to do is we are going to simply show you how money is made online. We're going to give you a couple of tools and tricks that you can use to define your purpose, as well as start building a business right away. But you also want to get into the rest of our product line and series. Our product suite is set up, as Andrew said, to guide you through building a business, starting with the systems that need to be put in place. Okay, if your ultimate purpose here is to just make money selling our products, selling other people's products, being an affiliate, that's cool. But if your goal is to build an empire, to build your own business, to create a similar kind of thing that we've created here as well, we're going to walk you through that. We're going to be there with you side by side as you build that as well, because your voice deserves to be heard. Your purpose deserves to be filled, and that is what we want to do, and that is what we want your business to fulfill. We want it to be the vehicle for you putting out there what the universe deserves, what the world deserves to hear from you. So, as always, thank you, love you, appreciate you being here with us. Invite your teams, invite your friends, invite your family members, invite your sisters, whatever. Invite everybody to our next hangout. We'll be doing it here on Wednesday, which I believe will be the 1st of September, possibly. Maybe the 2nd. Yeah, okay, second. My math is a little bit off. Goes to show you can build a business even if you can't add 7. But be here. We're excited to have you here. We're going to have more information for you here. We're gonna, as we grow, as we progress, to help you build your business alongside of us. So we look forward to hanging out with you then. Until then, this is your boy Dan and Andrew signing off. See you next time.
Peace, guys.